U.S. Frontline. Is it still good? I don't know. We'll play some games. On the play versus Germany. Germany's always interesting because it can be a little diverse. There can be Germany, U.S. mid-range, Germany, Japan mid-range, Germany, Britain discard, Germany control, like a bigger ramp version, Germany, U.S. ramp. But I tend to face Germany, U.S. mid-range more often. So that's how I try to sculpt the opening hand is I'm going, okay, I've got to narrow it down and we'll strategize against Germany, U.S. mid-range. There's going to be a lot of trading going on, bigger units. I don't know and don't think that my Shermans are likely to be effective in the first X turns. We're going to have to draw into them because I assume that we're going to contest the front line. So we'll keep the 35 and the Greyhound and draw into some other cards. The 99th I like. I don't like getting the strap bomb. But we'll see if we can get it to a position where it's going to be effective. So it's Germany, Japan, mid-range. I'm not pushing up the Greyhound here because I'm betting that the odds are I'm going to push this up and he trades it out and I don't have a target for my 99th. So if he wants to remove the Greyhound, he's going to have to use Out of the Mist or maybe a Type 94 and trade that out. But I'm not going to just push the Greyhound up and let him 15th cav it or something else. I really need to set the next play up. It could be argued to push it up and play the 22nd, but my line is that if I push this up, more than likely the Greyhound is going to be gone, and then I have a 22nd sitting out here. And I'd like to get more than one card off 22nd if possible. So it's really going to have to play this tactically and strategically. I think the way the meta is right now, with so many decks tuned to beat it, Jalvage, things like that, there's not as much room for mistakes. Like you have to play it solidly, as solidly as you can. Even though this looks good, I don't suspect that the Greyhound is going to be on the front line. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the artillery unit out. If I'm thinking about what it's going to be, it's probably another 15th or something with Blitz that does 2 damage and then he hits it with the AA gun, but we'll see. This 24th is going to be an issue. And the reason is I don't think it gets enough credit, really. I think it's a pretty good card in certain matchups. I don't know if it's quite as useful in other matchups, but in this matchup it is. So he'll clear this out. And he's going to replace himself with another 24th, but I don't get to replace my unit. So it replaces itself, plus he gets a draw step on the next turn, and I'm down a unit. So the way I'm going to try to get an advantage or get back to parity, at some point in the next couple of turns, I have to have him trade a 24th and another unit for 1 unit. So even a 5th Rangers is not going to work because he can hit it with a 24th and then hit the last damage. So I need at least 5. So I'm sculpting that now on turn 3. But I'm going to need a unit somewhere that's a 5/5 where he'll have to trade a 24th and another unit for 1 unit, and then maybe we get back. And this artillery is going to really prevent me from playing 22nd infantry until I can deal with it. In a emergency situation, maybe I play it and basically just get a cantrip off of it. But I'd really like to get the artillery off the board. We're going to get 2 points of damage in with full understanding he's going to play the 24th and trade these units. That 2-for-1 is going to have to come later. What I don't want to see happen is the 24th come down and trade a unit out and then lose 2 units and just go 1-for-1 because of what I've got in my hand. That's a known. And there's the other 15th. We'll play 20 Panzer here, and then we're just going to pass a turn. We're not really going to contest the front line right now. It's not the time to do so. If I push 20 Panzer up, he's going to play the 24th, trade out the Panzer, and then the only infantry unit I have left for my 35Ts are a 22nd, which puts me in a position, if I play the 22nd, to get 35Ts into play, I'm still going to lose my 22nd and only draw a card. So if he wants to clear this infantry unit, he's going to have to do it. I'm going to have to make him work for it. But right now, I'm leaving it here to enable the 35Ts. And I'm really not happy with this. I don't know what my draw is going to be. The draw makes it somewhat better. And this is an interesting play because it might seem on the surface that the play is take the 20 Panzer and take out the 35T. The 20 Panzer will be at 1 toughness. Then play a 35T and take out the 24th and take the next 35T, pump it with the combined arms, and clear the artillery unit. So if that's the case, I've got a 35T that I'm down, and then this 35T is going to go as well because if we clear the 24th, he's going to end up trading out the 35T that's in the front. It would be a 4-3 after we trade here. So I'm not accomplishing much. I'm still wanting to get the 2-for-1. So the fact that we draw SKYTRAIN enables me to put a 35T as a 5-5. And that's the line I'm taking right now because I'm trying to force him to 2-for-1 the 35T, but I need the SKYTRAIN to do that because it's like the only opportunity that we have for the 35T to be a 5-5 without any other kind of buff, just what we have in our hand. So we've taken out one 35T with ours. And if he uses his 24th to take the 35T out, we've done the 2-for-1. And then we can finally deal with the sequencing of the 24th, which is, against Frontline, is actually a really, really good card. And we have the extra body off the SKYTRAIN. So I'm thinking he takes the 24th to our 35T. Yep. Okay. The 99th is a great draw because we can deal with this. So we can go ahead and take out the 35T with the 20 Panzer, play our 35T, pump it with 99th, take out the Blitz Bomber. The deck he's playing is not an optimized mid-range version. There's some different card choices that you usually don't see, but we have to play it as we go. We could strap bomb and trade here, but it's not optimal in my opinion. We can hold strap bomb because we're starting to get it. We can get ahead on cards and very quickly if we can deal with these units and then pin and then everything else he's bringing out we can try to strap bomb and get some and trade above parity if possible, and definitely card advantage. So the play is to take out the 35T with the 20 Panzer, play our own 35T, push it to the front, put 99th on the 35T, and take out that bomber. I almost threw 99th off the screen. We really just want to get rid of this and get our 22nd into play so we can get ahead on cards. Yep. And the 24th is dealt with now. And we're fine with this, right? So we're going to trade below parity, right? That's a 2 drop, I think, and that's a 3. We're going to be up 2 for 1 on cards. I'd like to get ahead on parity, wait something closer to like 1.75 to 2, 1.75 to 1 parity ratio. But we weren't able to get it. But I like the position that we're in from a card advantage perspective. Because right now it's 6 on 4. And it's going to be 7 on 4 in a second. So what I'm trying to do on this turn in this combat sequence is attack the fighter with the infantry. Because if I'm fortunate, it'll do the extra damage to the artillery unit. And I can just take out the artillery with the 99th. So it's attack the unit with the infantry. Hope it gets the extra point here. It's going to take these two to take that out. But we'll clear it. We'll keep the front and be ahead on cards because 22nd will get us ahead by at least a card, but hopefully more than just one. Unfortunately, we didn't hit the artillery, but that's okay. Now we 2 for 1 on us, or he 2 for 1 to us. But we'll get ahead now. So current card count, our 6 to his 3. So we're up 2 to 1 on cards. And it's kind of hard to lose. It can still be lost, but if we can 2 to 1 it on cards, even better. Here we're going to take out the Auto Canon and then just maintain the front. We can push 5th Rangers, 164th. He surrenders. We would have had and did this to both these units, take out the Auto Canon. Then we push 5th Rangers and the 164th to the front, and then get another card off 22nd Infantry. So we just had to deal with the 24th Infantry. Had to deal with that threat. Game 2. We have Germany again. Still going to go with Germany, USA ramp. That's the probabilities I'm taking. I actually don't mind this hand. We also have to think about potential countermeasures, but I really like leading Greyhound first into 164th because I don't want to, if he does have some countermeasures, I don't want to lead with 164th and push only to follow it up with a Greyhound that gets destroyed by a careless talk. So the sequencing for me, we're going to be patient with the 35T and try to not get countered. So it's Greyhound into 164th, take the front. Turn 1 pass doesn't tell us anything. Could be a lot of things. Germany US mid-range will do that a lot. And it's the turn 2 War Machine, if they have that. So it is Germany USA. That's a great draw for us because we'll go ahead and play the 99th. I mean, we could argue that going 22nd and trying to get ahead right now on cards is more important, but I'm going to play the 99th and put it on the Greyhound, which makes it a 3-5, and it's not a Schutzen target. I mean, Schutzen try to hit it, but it survives. And then the next turn, we follow up with 35T or Sherman. We'll see. But the 3.5 is good. Pretty standard. The thing here is you really don't want to attack the headquarters because he's got the 35T, which requires an infantry. So we just want to take this out, right? We take the Greyhound into the 20 Panzer and then force his hand, if he wants to be credit efficient, to either have another infantry, but we're going to just trade that out. Well, not trade it out. We're going to take it out. We'll still be in play. We'll pick up a card, push to the front. We have 3 in the front. We don't hit the Blitzkrieg yet. That's okay. Don't know if it's going to happen. But at 5 credits, Schützen can take out one of these two. Actually, can take the Greyhound out now too. With the 35T in his hand, he's going to need an infantry to play it effectively. The war bonds is now it's German-U.S. ramp, so we're not mid-ranging. My concern here, and when he played war bonds, I have to factor that there's a Maelstrom somewhere in the deck. At least that's what I'm betting on. So I'm going to play Sherman now to fill up with cards because I'm going to have to replace the board if he does Maelstrom. So that's the line. Because we have to recover from that board state or lack thereof. That's nice. Overdraw. Yep. So now we just have to recover. And try to stay ahead on cards if possible. I thought about 5th Rangers, and then I realized I really don't want to spend 4 credits to have it wiped out by Schützen and get nothing in return. I don't think it'll be a second Maelstrom. I think it's typically 1. Maybe they run 2, but if you hit me with double Maelstrom, okay. Is what it is. I have to move on. But we'll go ahead and take the front. Maybe get a pump on the 164th. Yeah, we sure do. So now he's going to mid-range and ramp. They rely a lot. Well, mid-range is going to 1-for-1 you a lot, but ramp versions, whether Britain or German, they try to get way ahead on parity and card advantage on dealing with the whole board. But if he doesn't have the second Maelstrom, which I'm putting him not having the second Maelstrom, I think he's probably going to have a lack of ways to deal with this. Little concerned that, and I've seen this happen on ladder on occasion, more often than I think. If he plays Alpenfestung, that's not cool for me. But right now I'm more focused on the Maelstrom and him not having it, so I'm trying to set the board up this way. And there's the 35T that can't do anything. It can't attack right now because we took the infantry out early on. So this is a great setup. He takes out the lowest unit. We still have 2 in the front. His ASW patrol put him up on credits. But we still have a decent board. And this is lethal with the HELLCAT, which is a great draw for us. We could have put, if we didn't draw it, we could have put him to 1 with a strap bomb. And then followed up with a Devil's Brigade to do the last damage. But the Hellcat is by far the best draw we could have.